Hello and welcome to this short tutorial video on completing the CMI Level 5 Award in Equality, Diversity and Inclusion. My name is Brent Warren and I'm the Training Director for CMBD. If you've not completed a CMI assignment previously, you might also find the videos on referencing in a Word document and the guide to using Management Direct, which is the CMI's online portal, useful as well. Although this particular qualification is a standalone award with a single assignment, 506, the unit that you complete, forms part of the overall management and leadership qualification at level 5. So this one would count as prior learning towards further qualifications if required. So how do you actually get started? Well, assuming you've done the relevant part of the learning journey online, you need some pieces of paper. And even in this digital age, I genuinely recommend that you print off certain documents. One of the issues with doing CMI assignments is that the kind of instructions and what you need to do are spread across a number of documents. So if you've got those in a folder or by your elbow as you're writing, you're less likely to go wrong. So how do you actually get started? Well, assuming you've done the relevant part of the learning journey online, you need some pieces of paper. And even in this digital age, I genuinely recommend that you print off certain documents. One of the issues with doing CMI assignments is that the kind of instructions and what you need to do are spread across a number of documents. So if you've got those in a folder or by your elbow as you're writing, you're less likely to go wrong. The first thing you need is the syllabus for the qualification. Whilst there's quite a lot of information in this, what you really need is pages 14 to 19 inclusive. So if you want to save a bit of paper, I would recommend you just print those. However, on page 9, there is an instruction that your assignment should be round about 3,500 to 4,000 words, but a lot more on word count later. Once you've printed the syllabus off, you'll see why you need it, because there's some really detailed guidance, what they call indicative content. They're literally telling you what you should be writing about in each section, and they even go as far sometimes as to recommend the references and the models that you should perhaps be having a look at. Without doubt, the commonest piece of feedback that I will give people sending in work for the first time is perhaps, I don't think you've read the syllabus carefully enough, or actually you've not read it at all. It's very obvious when work is done without the guidance notes being taken on board. The second document that you require is the assignment brief template. This is a Word document that your tutor will provide to you, and it's what you should do all of your work on, whether it's a draft or whether it's for final submission to the CMI. So it makes sense to start off with that straight away. This template is quite a substantial document. I mean, it's 8 pages long before we start writing anything on it. And again, like the syllabus, it contains a lot of instructions and a lot of guidance on how to approach each section. But we'll come back and look at each of those in more detail later. The third document you need is what we call the evidence booklet, and this accompanies the assignment template when we submit your work to the CMI. The evidence booklet contains a certificate of declaration that you have to sign to say that the work is all your own, and it's where you can put things like work-based evidence. You might have a company policy or a piece of research or something of that nature that you'd like to refer to in your assignment brief. You're not allowed to put appendices on the back of the assignment brief, so this is where you put that sort of thing. One area of confusion is that the detailed instructions as to how to put evidence in the evidence booklet are actually on the front of the assignment brief, which is a completely separate document. Don't ask me why, it's just one of those quirks. Your tutor will make sure that you understand fully how to use the evidence booklet and to make it support your assignment brief. Okay, we're nearly there. We just need one more piece of paper, and this piece of paper is what we call the command verb definitions. This is an essential document to refer to when you tackle each of the questions in the assignment. For example, some of them might say evaluate, or some of them might say assess or describe. And while sometimes what you're asked to do is fairly clear, when you look at those command verb definitions, they're quite specific as to how you should approach the question with that particular command verb. Okay, so that concludes the introduction to and the preparation required for getting started on Unit 506 in the Level 5 CMI Equality, Diversity and Inclusion qualification. Once you've got that lot together, you can then go on and start writing responses to the various ACs. And if you'd like to pick up the subsequent videos in this series, I'll have a look at tasks 1, 2 and 3 in quite a bit of detail for you. Thank you for listening.